Welcome to Wax Sports Reviews, and in this video we're looking at a set of top-end gloves in the New Balance DC range, the DC 1280s. These are the batting gloves that are used by the likes of Steve Smith, and honestly speaking, these probably don't justify the top-end tag to me. So I'll quickly get into the review of these. Starting off with the look, as you can see, these are a top-end set of batting gloves, which they claim to be. But when you look at it, the finish on them just doesn't feel top-endish. You see all these bits are misplaced, so they're offset, they're not flush, and the fingertips are also going awry, which is not what you'd expect on something where you're spending your top dollar. So that's something that's a bit of a concern for me. But the finish and the way they're structured is probably not the best. Talking about the layout, as you can see, it's a three-piece layout, which is what New Balance have done on their top-end sort of batting gloves over a fair bit of time. And this year they have given these wrap-around shells on the bottom two fingertips, and on the other finger bits they've attempted to go with a wrap-around shell, but they've only gone halfway through, so it doesn't wrap around the block completely like it does on, say, something like the MRF Elite or the SS Gladiator. It only does the job halfway, which is still reasonably better than what they were offering you last year, where even these bits didn't have any kind of protection on them. Talking about the side profile of these, you get a three-piece sidebar foam on both the top and the bottom hands, and you get a bit of pre-curving over here so that it's easy for you to grab onto the bat. One thing I must say though is that the TC range had a better pre-curving over here for you to grab onto your bat. The DCs just tend to be a little bit flattish. The thumb on these, just like the TCs, is reasonably disappointing, primarily because for a top-end set of gloves you only have a two-piece thumb, whilst other brands offer you a three-piece thumb, which gives you better flexibility. They still do have the fiberglass inserts on top for protection. And onto the palm, it is a sheep leather palm. Granted that it is soft, one thing that disappoints me a lot is the fact that they're not using petard leather, which is a premium leather which is treated where it acts like dry fit. This is just box standard sheep leather, and I would expect something that's better, which wears harder and also gives you much more comfort than something like this. Also, talking about extra reinforcement, there's nothing on the bottom hand on the heel. You only get a little patch of this on the top hand where only this part of your hand is reinforced, but nothing along here at the bottom, so you don't get as much reinforcement at the heel of your palm. But talking about the bottom hand, there's absolutely nothing, so if you are a bottom-handed cricketer, these gloves probably won't last you long in this area. You get a fair bit of padding here to give you protection against blisters, and a thumb ventilation gusset to keep these rather airy, which is reasonably nice. You get a New Balance branded Velcro tag over here. And all up, a decent set of batting gloves. I probably wouldn't go on and say they should be top end, but I mean, if Steve Smith uses it, it probably justifies New Balance charging you that kind of money. So if you're still looking to get these, you can walk into one of our stores or get them online.